Hi guys, this is Mrs. Tucker. I know it's been a while since you've seen me on video, but I wanted to go ahead and take some time to talk to you instead of just type out items that won't have the same impact. So your assignment today is actually going to be a continuation of yesterday. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about why I'm doing this and what I said to my face-to-face classes. Guys, we are in a very uncertain and unusual time. I've said that before to some of you in the videos. I, in my lifetime, and I'm a lot older than you, have never lived through a global pandemic. It's different, it's strange, it's hard, it's stressful. I can't even imagine what some of you are going through at home with your families, your siblings, even those of you who have jobs. It's tough. It is tough. And I don't want to take or make light of that. But one of the things that we talked about in class, guys, is there's things that we cannot control in this world, and there are things we can control in this world. So we can't control right now that there's a global pandemic. We cannot control right now that we're in a circumstance for safety reasons. Some of us are learning at home, and some of us are learning at school. We cannot change that one of our parents may have lost a job because of the global pandemic. But what we can control is showing up to school. We can control turning in our homework. We can control going to tutorials and asking for help. We can control not getting so far behind that we feel we're so dug deep that we can't get out of that hole. Okay, guys? So do I understand there are other things that seem much more important than school? I do. I absolutely do. But I also know that even when we're hurting, even when we're stressed, even when we have circumstances that are beyond our control, we have got to focus on what we can control, and we've got to try to stay as positive as possible. Sadly, I'm doing this, guys, because I'm looking at grades, and I have not, in my many years of teaching, had this many students failing. Some are face-to-face, but most of them are you guys at home. And I think we failed you in many ways because we haven't been giving you some of the tools that you need to be successful. Now, don't get me wrong. Some of you are also just not doing what you're supposed to be doing. So it is a two-way street. So what I decided is I needed to give you guys just a break, because it doesn't always happen in life that you get to just stop in the middle of what you're doing and breathe and get caught up. So that is what we're doing in Avid. And that's the beauty, honestly, the beauty of Avid, guys, because you're not going to be able to do this in English or math or science. They can't stop their curriculum for a few days just to say, hey, get caught up in any class. But in Avid, you can, because it is a priority. Your grades are a priority. Your GPA is a priority. Taking advanced classes and doing well is a priority, because many of you are looking at going to college, and we've got to get our grades where we need them to be so you can have the GPA that will get you into the college you want to go to. So, yeah, today, which I'm recording this on Wednesday, but you'll see it on Thursday. Today, Wednesday, I said, hey, get caught up. Well, tomorrow, guys, today, when you're watching this, man, I'm confusing myself. Thursday, when you're watching this, you are also taking the opportunity to get caught up. And yes, Tuesday, when we come back from the 4-day weekend, we are also playing catch up. But guys, it's not just, yay, I'm off and I don't have to do anything, because some of you really need to take this time to catch up. I have students that are failing, guys, almost every single class. Every single class. And I don't get it. I don't get it. Where is the responsibility? So I want to go through a couple of things that might help you, that I do hope will help you. And it is not too late to make changes. It is absolutely not too late to make changes. So I started with this quote: "You must take personal responsibility. You cannot change the circumstance, the seasons, or the wind, but you can change yourself." I want you to take that to heart, guys. We can't change the pandemic. We can't change what's going on in some of society, but I can focus on me. So let's look at the next one. There we go. So here's my first suggestion for you. And some of you are doing this really, really well. So let me apologize, guys. I have some of you who are working at home doing a fabulous job. You really, really are. You log in every day, you do what you're supposed to do, you turn assignments in on time, and I do appreciate that. Your hard work has not gone unnoticed. But some of you guys, you think, hey, I'm AVL, I can just kind of do school whenever I want to. And that's not really true, guys. So I want to point out a couple of things. Number one, you really, really need to keep a schedule. We are in school from 7:20 a.m. to 3 p.m. and you get a 30-minute lunch break. Some of you still don't have that mentality just because you're working from home. It's, oh, I only have school for 3 hours today and I can take a 2-hour lunch and a 3-hour nap in the middle of the day. Think of it this way. If you were here with me face to face, would you be able to take a 3-hour nap in the middle of the day? Nope. Would you be able to just stop doing work and tell your teachers, oh, I'm sorry, I'm going to go watch Netflix? Nope, or at least me, you wouldn't. So guys, you have to have a schedule. Now, don't get me wrong. If I was working from home, I would get to sleep in. Absolutely sleep in. Right now, I have to be up at 5:45 so I can be here at work by 7 a.m. All teachers have to be here at 7 a.m. I have to get ready. My daughter has to get ready. I have to drop my daughter off and be here at 7. So I'm up at 5:45, okay? So if school doesn't start until 7:20, you're doing it from home, sure, I get wake up at 7:10. Definitely better than 5:45. And guys, I'll even be reasonable. If your first period is not a core class, English, math, science, history, then I can even understand 7:30. But waking up at 9, 10, 11, whenever you get up, that's not acceptable, okay? Not acceptable at all. You need to stick as close to this as possible. Now, my distance learners, see, you are not having to go into Google Meets because you're still a face-to-face student. You're just quarantined right now. My AVL students, you do have to meet with English, math, science, and history, but you still need to stick as close to this as possible. What's your first period? What's your second period? What's your third period? Even if you can finish early and go take a break, take a few minutes, go get breakfast, that's fine. But you're in school from 7:20 to 3, and you need to have that mentality. Please make sure you're completing your attendance check-ins for every class. Guys, I have AVL students with 40-something absences. And then the sad part is I see you check, because I can see your attendance for all your classes. Guess what? I see that you went to first, second, third, fourth period. You just decided not to show up to mine. That's not good. That's not good. You have 7 classes you need to check into. 4 of them at minimum are face-to-face through Google Meets. 1 possibly if it's like Spanish or French. And your other electives are asynchronous. You just go into Google Classroom. But you have 7 classes, unless you're a senior, that you have to check into each and every day. So let's go ahead and look at your schedules, guys. And this is just a made-up schedule. So some of you might have English first, and then, oh, no class second period, history third, science fourth, oh, no class fifth period, math, foreign language. Oh, and here are my 2 electives. Here's the big mistake you guys make. So sure, hey, I have to be in my ELA class. I have to meet through Google Meets. I'll be up at 7 o'clock, so I'm ready to go. I'll take my notes. But then right here, you go, hey, I'm off. Guys, this is not an off period. Since these two elective classes, Avid and Dance, are technically outside of the school day, you should be doing Avid work during second period or dance work during second period. You are not off. You still have 7 classes. So you sit and you take a whole hour off and you go watch video games. You go, oh, wait, but I have to be in for history. Let me Google Meet in. Have to be there for science. And I really feel for you who have 5th period off, because it is a 2-hour time block. Guys, you're not off for 2 hours. This is not go sit in front of the TV for 2 hours. You should be in class, whether it's Avid or Dance or doing some homework for one of these. Take a 30, hey, you're home, maybe 45-minute lunch break, and then do some work. You are not off those class periods. Although your electives are asynchronous, that's why they gave you open periods, so you'd have time during the day. But think of it this way: if you were here, second period would be Avid, 5th period would be Dance. You would have to be here doing the work. Now, create some kind of plan for the day. Guys, you should be figuring out, what does my day look like? So you might wake up, like I said, 7:15. I go to ELA. I have to Google Meets into the class, taking my notes, listening to the teacher, paying attention. She says, okay, guys, I'm going to give you the last 15 minutes to work on your assignment. Stay and work on the assignment. And then second period comes. And remember, I showed you on the other schedule, I'm off or I have no class. Well, then I would sit down and number one, I check and look at what I have to do that day. So let me look at Avid, let me look at Dance, let me look at my other classes. What do I have to do that day? For my distance learners, yours is going to be for all 7 classes. So maybe you do get up about 7:30. You check in to 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th. Remember, that's just attendance though. Then you sit down, then go get your breakfast, then come sit down and say, okay, well, what do I have to do for first period? What do I have to do for second period? What do I have to do for third period? And create a to-do list. You guys have really been using Google Classroom too much. Oh, it's all written in there, Mrs. Tucker. Why do I have to write it down? Because when you write it on paper, it becomes more real. It is there, and you have everything for all 7 classes instead of going back and forth to 7 different Google Classrooms. Then I would actually prioritize my items by either importance or time. Some of you guys like to do certain homework because you can get it done quick and fast and be done. Well, that might be the time part. Let me do the things first that are quick, easy, and fast. Bam, I'm done. Some of you like to flip it. I want to do the harder, more time-consuming things first. That way I can kind of chill at the end. It's up to you. But whether it's time or what you feel is most important, you should have a priority to-do list. Please write things down. Don't just look at Google Classroom and think you'll have everything. And guys, I have to say this, AVL distance learning, this is not an off day. As I said in the previous slide, and I know I'm repeating myself, you're in school. You're in school from 7:30 to 3:30. And just like you would be doing if you were here with me, 7:20 to 3 o'clock. Make time to do homework after school. If you sit and have your school time, then take a break. Because, hey, you've been in school all day, take a break, and then sit down and do homework for maybe an hour, hour and a half. Now, if you are going to turn assignments in late, guys, it's going to happen. Give yourself a deadline to turn it in. Write it in your planner so you don't forget about it. Oh, I'm going to do that later. Oh, I'm behind. Oh, but I have to study for this test. Oh, but I have to work on this project. But if you know that you did not turn in an assignment, so I have another sheet of paper, didn't turn this in, I'm giving myself until tomorrow to turn it in. But please do that, because you will forget if you only rely in Google Classroom. And guys, distance learners especially, you are not off for 7 to 14 days. Everything I just said, you have to follow. You are doing school at home. You should follow your class schedule. Guys, I hope this helps. If you're struggling with this and what to do, please reach out to me. That is what Avid is for. I'm here